At some point, all of us have interacted with a bike, whether it be a mountain bike, a city cruiser, or a road bike. Every so often you will have to do maintenance, in which sometimes requires a specialty tool, such as a cassette remover or a crank remover. Having such a multitude of tools as well as their variations will leave people scared and go to a bike shop instead, thinking they will end up messing it up. On the other hand, basic repairs only need a few certain tools which can be used on most bikes. This list of tools will help you get through that mess of tools and will leave you with only what you need. Hex bolts are used pretty much everywhere on your bike. To undo them, you need an Allen key. They come in all different sizes and they are commonly used on bikes, so keeping a few different sizes of them will mean you'll be able to use them anywhere on your bike at any time. I would recommend keeping a 3mm, a 4mm, a 5mm, a 6mm and an 8mm Allen key, and having ball ends mean you can get into awkward areas without having to bend over backwards, and you can do it up very easily. One big mistake a lot of people make whilst using Allen keys is they end up over tightening and stripping the heads off of bolts as well as cross-threading bolts. To avoid this, to only do them up far as you need. Sometimes the manufacturers of certain parts end up saying you need to do them up so many Newton meters. You can use a torque wrench to measure this, but it isn't needed. It just makes life a lot easier. As useful as a torque wrench can be at times, you won't always have it with you, meaning whilst you're out, you'll have to use a multi-tool. A good quality multi-tool will have a variety of Allen keys on it, a screwdriver, and sometimes chain link pliers. Cheaper multi-tools tend to use cheaper materials which aren't as strong, so within not much time they ended up breaking. But if you invest in a good quality one, not spending too much, but one you know is good quality and good value for money, it will take you a long way, and you'll be able to deal with any repairs on the side of the trail. To even get anywhere on your bike, you need to pump up your tyres. With this, you might use a floor pump, but whilst you're out on the trail, you don't have any other option, but you might have a hand pump. These, more often than not, they're small and handy, and you can keep them in your bag without much of a problem. Keeping a floor pump in your bag is going to be a big problem, as it's not very easily possible. So a hand pump is more ideal in this situation. If you're seating a tubeless tyre, then you're going to need to pump it up to about 50 psi. To make this easier, some pumps have an extra canister on them which contain air and release them all in one burst. This means it seats it very quickly. But this is not needed for some tyres, as most people are running inner tubes, so most cheap pumps will get you by very smoothly. As often as hex bolts are used on bikes, not every bolt on a bike is a hex bolt. Some of them just use bog standard Phillips heads, and sometimes crossheads. Spending a ludicrous amount of money on a crosshead screwdriver and a Phillips head screwdriver won't get you much further, but if you do want to spend a little bit more money, you can have one actual handle with multiple bits that you just remove and put in whenever you need. Over time you will have to at some point replace an end tube, but instead of just throwing it away, you can use a puncture kit with rubber cement and a patch to end up reusing that inner tube. It might not be as strong as before, but you get extra life out of it. Those are my list of tools that you'll need to maintain any form of a bike, no matter what bike it be. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like, maybe leave a comment on what you want to see next. But in the meantime, peace.